Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 7, Rick and Daryl Morse Code. So I stumbled upon this last night and I've seen several theories come out. So I wanted to be as sure as possible before I started to speak about it. Warning, this will contain predictions and spoilers. And today we're going to talk about Morse Code. We're not going to break it down line for line, but we're going to talk about some of the different things that could have been said and how the communication was all possible. Thanks everyone for joining in. Please be a participant in this, the chat, the debate, all of the dialogue back and forth. So we couldn't have got a bigger Easter egg than in the very first scene. Right there it is on the wall, American Morse Code. I think we've seen this in previous episodes, but it didn't really strike us as anything of importance. Now I thought this could correlate to Eugene. Eugene has been working on the music box, and this could be something that he was going to plant and use that a little bit later on. But we actually saw several clues throughout the series between Daryl using eye contact and Rick actually tapping on the bat. So I'm going to show you examples of both those. In the very first scene, we saw Daryl, he batted his eyes a couple times, and that got Rick's attention. Now I don't know if that was an initial message or it was a just a code to look over at him, and then we'll kind of wind this through a little bit faster. I can't use the actual video because it would be copyrighted, but we will use the stills, and you can see Daryl makes a concerted effort just to, he's very obvious about it. Now, here's a few of the speculations that people have come up with so far. Whether he said east, he said 6 miles from Hilltop, or 6 miles east. I don't know how they got that many characters. 6 miles from Hilltop is a lot. I only count anywhere between 8 to 12 through the entire episode. Now, focusing on Rick, Rick definitely sees that Daryl's communicating with him. He has a very concerned look on his face. We'll watch it a little bit slower this time. You can see the eyes open, the eyes close. It is very distinct. It is not a mistake there. There's no disputing this whatsoever. Go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the episode, and you'll definitely see this. And there's more subtle clues throughout the episode as well, too. Not as obvious as in the first few minutes. So we'll move forward, show you the code. Once again, you can see the amount of characters. So if he were to say 6 miles, I mean, just 6 alone would be 5 different symbols, and there's no way I saw that. Now, there's a lot of times that camera was not on Daryl, was not on Rick. It was kind of in between, so they could have been communicating all throughout, and that's what's a little bit vague. Now, at this point, Rick actually walks over and says, Daryl. Negan catches on to a little bit of something. He says, don't look at him and don't talk to him. So he wants to make sure there is no communication going on between the two of them. So from that point on, they had to be much more subtle. Now, Morse code can be communicated in several different ways. Daryl used eye contact. Rick actually uses his fingers to tap on Lucille. You can see there's multiple times when they're walking together. Daryl's always looking down to the side. Look at his glance. He's glancing down at Rick's hand. Negan is in front. They're side by side. In this particular scene, Negan is in front. Rick is second and Daryl's behind. You can see Rick actually uses multiple finger grips. And I know a lot of people thought this was Rick trying to hold back his aggression and swing the bat. And I thought that at first, but the more I went through and watched it over and over again, you can see there's definitely some communicating. Daryl's always just looking down at Rick's hands. So we'll move it forward to the Armory emptying out scene. You can see once again, Negan's talking to Rick, but Rick's glance is over at Daryl. Daryl walks by with the guns, and they're looking down. So Daryl potentially could either be making a symbol with his right eye or a hand gesture as well too. Once again, there's the Morse code if you guys want to go back and check some of those things out. Later on toward the very end, when Negan kills the walker, there's Rick once again, one finger down. He actually grips the bat, lets go of the bat. So once again, giving him Morse code. Then at the end, when Rick asks permission for Daryl to stay, Daryl gives one look, and they focus in once again, and a couple more eye bats. So that's the end of it right there that at least we could see on camera. But keep in mind that when Daryl got loaded into the back of the truck, there was some communication there as well too. Once again, we don't know how much of this happened on camera, how much of it happened off camera, and AMC likes to leave some things intentionally vague for us to research it. If you guys have dug in a little bit deeper in this and you can give me something definitive, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. But once again, I've watched and I've seen multiple times they could have communicated. Here's Rick actually going after the truck, and there's no way to tell what Daryl could be saying to him at this point. Obviously, there is more communication happening, and at that scene too, it pans out. It's a really wide angle. We don't know what is being communicated there as well. So we can speculate quite a bit, but one thing is certain, there was a level of communication. They did say something back and forth. Maybe we can decipher bits and pieces, but I don't think there's any way to 100% tell. But the enlightening part of all this is there's still fight left in the group. Daryl's not giving up. Rick's not giving up. Now, what they said is a topic of conversation. I guess we'll find out in future episodes. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments below. My name is Killshot. Give this video a thumbs up, and talk to you all soon. Peace.